to the Comic on Demand show.
All right, everybody, welcome to the live stream. My name is Mark Harmon, and you are watching the Comic on Demand show. This is the live drawing show where I will draw a 4-panel comic that will look something like this. All right, it's going to look something like this, but as you can see, it is blank. That is because I am going to let you tell me what to draw right now. How does that sound? And we have at least 2 people watching, so it's going to work out. So, Karen, you don't have to give me 2 suggestions because there's enough people now. Haha. But it is good to be back. It's good to be back, and I haven't been back because of my back. Anyway, that was a terrible joke. That was terrible. Anyway, it's good to be... Dude, she was saying welcome back to me, not you, Will. But you welcome back to you too, Will. Anyway, so Will and Karen, thanks for watching. But for those that may be lurking, is there a lurker? It says there's 4, and there's only 3 of us that I know of. So there is a lurker in there somewhere. So to you, lurker, welcome to the Comic on Demand show. This is the live drawing show where I draw a 4-panel comic based on your suggestions. But I do have some rules for these suggestions, okay? I try to keep this thing PG, and so I don't take any suggestions of anything exceeding PG, you know? Nothing super raunchy or violent or whatever. And I don't do any suggestions of anything that already exists, like any sort of copyrighted properties like Superman or SpongeBob or whatever. Okay, so just to avoid any kind of copyright issues or whatever. And frankly, this is for you to get your creative juices going, okay? It's not just about me drawing, but it's about you also being creative. It's about you and me being creative together, all right? Okay. And there was a third one. There was a third rule. And I always forget the third rule because I kind of mush it into one rule, 1 or 2. Celebrities. No celebrities or sports mascots. That's I kind of lump that in together with the copyrighted stuff, okay? There's no reason for the celebrity thing other than I just don't want to do it, man. I don't want to draw celebrities. So anyway. All right. So let's get this party started without any further ado or whatever. Where's my button? Okay. So when the screen pops up with little dancing dudes, I'm going to put go in the chat. Okay. So make sure you can see the chat. And when it says Mark Harmon, go, then put your suggestions. All right. The first 2 suggestions that come in after mine, those are the ones I'm going to use to combine to make this 4-panel comic. Okay? Sound good? Let's do it. All right, we have our first 2 suggestions. We have our first suggestion of Snow Dragon and our second suggestion of Mud Wrestling Dragons. What? We got 2 suggestions of dragons? That's a first, people. Just for your sakes, the audience, for those that aren't looking at the chat right now, or if the chat ever disappears. So the first 2 suggestions are Snow Dragon and Mud Wrestling Dragons, and then we have Cat Jumping Off a Building, and then Catholic Confessional and Beluga Whale Eating Ice Cream. Did you suggest the Catholic Confessional because of, you know what, never mind. All right. I am not going to bring up a bummer on this show, okay? If you've been watching the news, then you know what's going on. I'm not bringing up the bummer. All right. But my condolences to my Catholic friends. Where's my thing at? This one? Nope. This one. Well, you can see what the old one was. I drew farting roosters. Beer. 61. All right. Snow dragons. Dragonies. And what was it? Mud wrestling dragons. That's what it was. Mud. Oh my goodness, I cannot spell. Oh, I did it again. Dragonies. All right. You know what? It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to type when I'm typing very you know what? I lost my train of thought. Who cares? Let's draw. All right. Hey, so can I pull off that joke about, like, look, I drew a polar bear in a snowstorm, and it's blank. It's a blank piece of paper. Can I do a look, a snow dragon in a snowstorm? See, there it is. Ta-da! No, you're gonna let me get away with that? Probably not. Okay. Mud wrestling dragons and a snow dragon. I don't know where my. I did like a little activity with my with the young men in my church, give them like a little art lesson thing or whatever. And I think I took into the house. I think I took my big white eraser, and I don't know where it went now. So I do have this separate pencil that has a tiny bit of eraser. Anyway, but my back is feeling a little better today. It kind of just comes and goes. I don't know what the deal. Well, so I do know what the deal is. I don't know if I said this earlier or not or whatever. But anyway, I had an MRI, and apparently I have a bulging disc in between my L4 and L5. And so anyway, that's been the problem. And so it's like bulging into the middle of the spinal cord. So it's like pushing right on the nerve root. So sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's not. And I don't know what determines when it's bad and when it's not. So anyway, there's my medical history for anyone that was wondering. But about one of those inversion table things from somebody in town for like $30. And it works pretty good. It helps like stretch out the spine. I did not want. I was drawing mud, but then I drew it all smooth for some reason. Okay, so I got the one dragon in the mud. That's mud, by the way. I don't know if he. How do you drop mud? I don't know. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a bubble bath. It's mud. If it was brown, then it would look like something else. So everybody needs to make sure that they stick around till the end, because I have a special announcement that you're not going to want to miss. Ooh, how's that for suspense? I don't really like drawing dragons like straight on. It's a little weird, but it's all right. Okay. Now panel 3. Can you guess your announcement? I mean, it's a free country. You can do whatever you want. But will I respond to your guesses? No. Okay, maybe I will. Okay, I'll respond to your guesses. I will give you a hint. The announcement has nothing to do with my wife being pregnant. All right. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. So I had an idea of where this comic was going, but I don't know. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. I was going to change it, but nah. I'm going to leave it. Give us a hint? No. I bet Hugh will share something. That's my guess, and I'm sticking to it. You were correct. There's your hint, Wayne. I'm going to announce it after at the end. The hint is that I will show you the announcement at the end. You made a deal with Brandon Sanderson and will illustrate one of his upcoming books. Oh, dude, that would be amazing. No. I'm afraid my announcement is not that cool. I mean, it's cool. I think it's cool. And I mean, you'll probably think it's cool, but it's not that cool. Sorry. Hey, try one more time there, Will. Got new goodies, so no more tech issues. Well, no. No, so my tech issues were I have my new phone watching the stream so I know when to push the go button. In case anyone's like, hey, look. Anyway. So my old phone is the camera. My tech issue was I thought that I was charging the old phone and the old phone didn't charge. And so I went to go start the show and the phone was completely dead. That was my tech issue. Twice. That was my tech issue twice in a row. Was my phone was not charged. And then my back was all messed up so yeah, my gosh. Yeah, so it was pretty amazing. It's pretty good. I've been chosen to pick the next lotto number. No. We already know you got refills for your pen. No. Okay. It's cooler than that, okay? It's cooler than a new piece of equipment, all right? It's not as cool as illustrating for Brandon Sanderson, but it is cooler than new equipment. Let's just say you're getting a Comic on Demand live exclusive about something. Okay, how's that sound? You're going to hear it first on Comic on Demand. You got a new release of a book you illustrated. You're the closest so far. There's your hint, okay? There's your hint. No more hints. But that is No, I don't have any Comic Con Demand posters. Desert Hobbies is the closest so far. All right. I'm ready to ink this thing. But we're going to do the mid suggestion. So, beep, boop. All right, mid suggestion time. For those that did not get a suggestion, now's your time. Now's your chance, okay? And for those that already got a suggestion, you can't do it anymore, okay? Now it's for the people who didn't get a chance. So, same thing applies, same rules. Screen's gonna pop up. See you go in the chat. Let's do it. Where's my button? All right, we have our mid suggestion of Box Monster. All right. Fold Box Monster. Yep, we're gonna put it right there in the first panel there. We're gonna put a Box Monster in this mud. How's that sound? Okay. Let's draw some cubes. Because boxes are cubes. And then give them some horns because monsters have horns, right? Let's give it an eyeball on the top box, and then let's make the second box the mouth. How's that sound? That's very monstrous. Okay, how's that? How's that for a box monster? All right. Time for the inkety ink. New book you illustrated about socks. No. I'm trying to think if there's even any socks in it, and I don't think so. I don't even think there's any socks in it. Mud. Drawing some mud. Evelyn wants to know if you can draw a tiny cat hanging off on top of one of the comic panels. She's in the room for the mid suggestion, so I told her no promises. Draw a tiny cat hanging on top of one of the comic, like breaking the fourth wall over here. Like this. There, it's kind of a cat. All right, and make sure I'm drawn on camera here. Okay, I'm going to do the box monster with this small pen because it's small. And small pens are good for small things. Big pens are good for big things. This has been the Comic on Demand art tip of the day. Totally made her day. Well, I'm glad I made your day, Evelyn, with that cat. Even though it looks like a weird, goofy cat, but it still looks like a cat, right? Okay. You know, I actually have not really read any Brandon Sanderson books before. Like, I know he's big or whatever. But I haven't really read any of his books. And I feel like I should be the type of person that has read his books. Do you know what I mean? The problem is, I'm a bit of a prude. And so I tried reading, I think it was Mistborn. It's kind of like one of the big famous books of his. I think it was Mistborn. It's the one had to do with like people and like metal, like something about metal and metal makes some magic or something about that. So if you know what I'm talking about. But I didn't get through it all because it just had some content in it that I wasn't really fond of listening to. And so I didn't finish it. Like it wasn't like super overly graphic or anything, but I was just like, nah. I was too used to listening to like more wholesome like YA stuff from Brandon Mull. And that was just what I was used to. And Mistborn was like a little more adult. And I realized I was like, I don't really like adult stuff. Maybe I'm immature. But I like kid-lit books and YA books more than adult books. So anyway, that's my Brandon Sanderson story. This would explain why I'm not illustrating his books. Yes, that would explain it. I would love to. Oh man, these eyes are wonky. I would love if like Brandon Mull was gonna do some like graphic novel versions of the Fablehaven books. That'd be cool. I'd like to do those. Oh, Brandon Mull's newest one. Is that the it's Fablehaven related, right? It's like the of Newell and Doran or something like that. The Adventures of the Two Satyr Dudes. Is that his newest book? Or is there even a book newer than that I'm not thinking about? Is it? Do you know, Karen? Is it? Is it read by Kirby Hayborn? Because I think he was the dude that did a lot of the Fablehaven books, and I like Kirby Hayborn. He does a good job. Forgot to do the. Was I just drawing off panel the whole time? Someone even better than Kirby Hayborn? I forgot to draw the word balloon in the sketch there. My cat is meowing outside of my studio. She wants me to take her into the house. Like I really, really like Brandon Mull. He's probably my favorite author. I'm pretty sure I've already fanboyed over him on a different episode of this. But I'll do it again. Fablehaven, the Beyonders, the Five Kingdoms. I think I'd have to say my favorite of his is probably the Five Kingdoms. The Five Kingdoms were good. And it was pretty cool that if you've read the Beyonders, because he wrote those first. He wrote the Beyonders and then he wrote Five Kingdoms. And if you had read the Five Kingdoms or the Beyonders first, there's a character from that book that then shows up in his other book. So then it's almost like he was creating his own little literary universe or something. The Ghost of Bob Ross. What? This is the snow dragon. It's a snowman with wings. You get it? I say it's a snow dragon. Snowman. Like Frosty the Snowman as a dragon. Getting in Mud. All right. Well, there it is, people. There's your 4-panel comic of Snow Dragon and Mud Wrestling Dragons with your mid-suggestion of Box Monster and a little kitty cat. So anyway, he's just saying like, please no more. I cannot best you. And then he's like, ew, I'm not getting in that mud because he's a snow dragon, right? He doesn't want to get dirty because he's all white and fluffy and clean and whatever. That's the joke. Anyway, there it is. There's Comic on Demand, episode 61 in the can. Let me just stick that over here on my pile. All right. Okay, people ready for this? Here's my announcement. Are you ready? Are you paying attention? Because I'm doing it right now. Whoops. Okay, hold on. All right. So, the announcement is that after like 10 years, okay, I've now been working on this thing for 10 years. This is now book. Ta-da! But as you can see, this says unfinished copy. This is my book, The Incredible Flying Jelly Bean. It is now finished in book form for all of your viewing pleasure. But these are just like the preliminary copies from the printer because I wanted to see how it looked, just to see like how it was chopped up. And oh geez, do these even have, see, some of these pages look like they got chopped a little too much or something, but like some of the page numbers here are like a little too, you know what, I'm gonna do this. But yeah, the page numbers, at least on some of these, they almost look like they got cut off or something. Anyway, but so it's done and it's in book form, but it still might need to be like edited for like punctuation and spelling and this and that and all that jazz. But so right now it's not for sale anywhere because I wanted to make sure like it looked good and worked in book form. So, but it's the thing is, I'm excited because it's no longer just files on my computer anymore. It's now a physical book that I can touch and feel, and it has pages and everything. So anyway, that's my announcement that it's done and it's been printed and it looks good. So once I finally like get it all super edited or whatever, I'm sending a copy to my agent to kind of see what she can do with it first. And I don't know how much time I'm going to give her to like try it out. But after, I don't know, I'll give her a while to shop it around or do whatever, because I want to get a publisher for it. But if it doesn't work, then I will just print a whole bunch of them and sell them and take them to shows and do all that. Just do it myself. But anyway, that's my big announcement, is that it's done after flipping 10 years or more, on and off working on it. But it's done. It's in print. And it'll be hopefully in print more than just that little book right there. But anyway, that's my announcement. Anyway, thanks for coming. You're awesome. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being loyal fans and all that jazz. And thanks for watching me draw and tell jokes and do things. Let's see. Get it out before Christmas. Well, yeah. I mean, I want to. So it would be nice to have it like in a publisher's hand before Christmas or whatever. See, and I figure, wouldn't they like it because it's done, right? Like, wouldn't publishers want a done book that they're just like, oh, it's done? Okay, cool. Let's just print it out, right? Wouldn't they want that? I don't know. Maybe they don't want that because then they can't like put their fingers in it. That's what publishers want, to like put their hands in the pie, you know? They want to mess with it. But anyway, where's my button? Right there. Anyway, thanks for showing up. You're awesome. See you next week, hopefully.